Hey everybody, Heather Anderson here, and I am so excited to show you one of my favorite things, which is Classroomscreen.com. Let's check it out. So this is classroomscreen.com, and what it is you project this from your projecting machine, if you will, whether you have a smart board, a TV in your classroom, whatever projecting system you have. And then this is a screen. You can upload any picture to this background, or they have a ton of background pictures. You can do the pyramids of Giza. Ooh, you could do balloons if somebody's birthday party is happening in your classroom. You also have these cool animations. So say students are writing, they need some calm, some zen, if you will. They also have this, oh, I wish I was here right now. Yes, please. So you could upload some really cool backgrounds there. So I'm going to pick this lovely setting right here. So here's what you can do on this screen. Check this out. You have a calendar. So you could project the date. There we go. You have a clock, and this does 12-hour and 24-hour. And I can blow this up as well. Very nifty, especially helpful if you were teaching time. You have a stopwatch. So say you were doing an activity where students were seeing how fast they can do something. You could absolutely use this stopwatch. Very nifty. And again, you can blow this up to however big you need it. Very, very cool. Let's see, you also have a timer. And as you can see, all of these stay on your screen and you can move them wherever you would like. So here is a timer, and you can make this be whatever time you wish. I'm going to hit the settings wheel here, and you can make it a background color as well. Pretty nifty. So here I can manipulate this into 30 minutes if I wanted. Let's see, I can do minus and do only, let's see, oh, chimes. So here I can click on this little music button and I can make it do, ooh, let's find out what happens with this. So I'm gonna do 1 second and play. Ooh. That's so cool. All right, let's see about this one. Oh, nifty. Ooh. So you have a ton of options. Very cool. So you could do a timer for your students. So say they're in a group and you're doing a group activity and you want students to know, hey, you need to stay on task because you only have 5 minutes, that kind of thing. You can absolutely keep them on task with a timer. Then they have a traffic light, which I love. So say you wanted students, hey, I want you to stop what you're doing. You could hit this light and say, hey, students, the red light is on. If you wanted students to clean up, you could have a yellow light. If you wanted them to go full steam ahead, you're doing independent practice or working in your group, you could have a green light. I really like that feature, traffic light. Okay, next up we have some work symbols. This one's really handy. So students are working and they need to be quiet. They need to be silent. You could have this projected on your screen. Say they need to whisper. You could plug in this right here. Okay, maybe they need to ask a neighbor if they need help. Maybe you, the teacher, you're busy, you're helping a student, and they need to ask a neighbor for help. And this one is work together. They need to work together to solve a problem. So you could project this on your screen. And if you hit the settings wheel, you can absolutely change the background color as well. I really like that feature. Next up is a text box. Say you have a morning message for your students, or when they walk into the room, they need to see a message from you. So for example, I do bell work in my classroom. So I might say, hello, students. I need you to get out your composition notebooks and start practicing XYZ. That's what I would do. And you can change this to be bigger. You can make it, 96 points. You can change the font. You can change the color of the text. You can make it bold, etc., and so on and so forth. You can add a link here as well, and you can make it centered. And again, you can drag this to make it big, 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 big. There we go. So that could be your little message to students right there. And again, you can add a timer to that bell work. So, hey, when students walk in, they see your message, and then you could add a timer that tells them, okay, they need to get it done right then. And it's all in the same screen. I really love that. All right, this one's my favorite. This one's the drawing feature. So say you needed to explain a concept. This is especially helpful in distance learning. So you needed to explain this concept for students. You have this lovely whiteboard that you can expand. And let's see, you can pick blue and do. Yes, you have an eraser tool. You have all these super awesome colors. These numbers over here represent how small or big your marker is. And then over here, if you click on the settings wheel, you have background patterns. Oh my goodness, I love this. So I am going to undo all my fun here and show you these background patterns. So they have notebook paper. They have a grid. So this is great if you're teaching graphing. They have this cool little, artsy pattern. I like that. They have a sentence strip, especially helpful if you are teaching letters. Music teachers, check this out. They have a music staff. I love this. They have a honeycomb background, and they have a clock background, so you can teach time. I like that. You could also upload your own picture in the background. So for example, history teachers, if you were teaching about, okay, we're teaching World War II and the Axis and the Allied powers, and you wanted to circle those countries, and you wanted to maybe talk about migration patterns, etc., so on and so forth. You could absolutely upload a map background to this whiteboard and then draw on it. Yes, you could. You could do a number of things by uploading your own background image. Fantastic. And you could also add a background color. So green, etc., so on and so forth. I love that drawing feature. Okay, from here, you also have a QR code. Look at this. How awesome is this? So say you want students to go to a certain website, and maybe they have iPads or phones if they're high school students, and you wanted them to go to www.okczoo.com, and it automatically changes this QR code to make it to where they can go and click and whoop, and check that out right there. I love that. So you can project that for students. Maybe they're working on a grammar exercise. They can go and scan in that QR code without having to, you have put this on your website and da-da-da-da-da. So that is so awesome. Next up is sound level. Oh, elementary teachers and secondary teachers, because I've been there. I have been there. And apparently I'm being real loud. This is a noise level indicator. So if you want the maximum noise to be, oh, here we go, and you want a bell to ring when it hits that maximum noise, absolutely, you can add that there. And you can change the sensitivity here as well, so that it's not so sensitive with the noise level. So if students get above a green and they get into the yellow, oh, students, watch out, because if that bell dings, we're going to stop what we're doing and we're going to have a new activity that you're not going to like, that kind of thing. I love that noise level. Ooh, so nice. All right. This is great for teaching math, especially in elementary. So we have some dice. Yes. If you needed to pick a random number, you just click on the dice and there we go. You can have 2 or 3. Pretty cool, right? All right. This is one of my favorite things. It's the random name picker. So you can put in all of your students. You can just copy and paste their names. So we've got Jesse, we've got James, we've got, John, we've got Jenica, we've got Jennifer, we've got Drusilla. Yeah. And what you can do is choose. There you go. I like to use this with vocabulary words. So I'm going to go back here and I can add any of my vocabulary words like melancholy. Let's see, timid. Let's see, naive. Let's see, plethora. And then I like to choose a random one. And then students have to turn and talk to a buddy and talk about what does this word mean? Maybe draw a picture of that word, that kind of thing. This is great for games, especially. So that is wonderful. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to show you two other things with this. I can go up here to this little, it looks like notebook paper. It's up at the top left. I'm going to click on this and go to, oh, my bubble's in the way. Here we go. I'm going to go to new poll. And here I have a poll option. So especially if I have a smart board, what I can do is I can customize this poll. And when students walk by, they just click on their answer. So over here, we have a frowny face all the way up to a happy face. And so you can customize this question. And when students click on that button, it adds to the poll. There we go. So I can customize this by clicking on the settings wheel up at the top right. And maybe you want to ask, let's see, I want to ask, true or false? Puppies are the best pets. Okay, and I want to say X or check mark. Let's not talk about what just happened. It just fell out of my head. Okay, so there we go. And now I am going to go back. Puppies are the best pets. So students can answer that question as they walk by the board. There we go. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you one of my favorite things about this site is that you can create groups. Oh, isn't that cute? That's cute. All right, I'm going to move my bubble over here. And here I can type names. So I can put Jesse, James, John, let's see, Jerusha, let's see, Jennifer, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Let's see. I'm just making up names at this point. Okay, let's see. Melanie. Let's go with some M names. Mike. Marsha. Okay, cool. And I'm going to hit next. And check this out. It automatically creates this great, okay, you can create 2 groups with 5 kiddos in it. Or if I slide this over, I want to make 4 groups and it makes it automatically 3 students in it. Just awesome, right? So I'm going to create groups, boom. And it automatically creates groups for me. Whoa, right? How awesome. Now check this out. I can go and I can see Jesse. Now Jesse and John, they don't really work together so well. So I can go over here and I can click on these little 3 dots next to Jesse. And I can go and click this down drop and I can click on John and say, you know what? I do not want Jesse paired with John. So I can click on John. Oh, you know what? She doesn't work well with Jeremiah either. So I'm going to hit close here and then I'm going to create groups. And it is going to reformulate those groups according to my specifications. So that is so awesome. This would have caused or alleviated a lot of heartache on my end. Yes. Okay. So then all those groups are projected onto your screen and students know exactly which group they're in. Pretty awesome. All right. So those are the major features of Classroomscreen.com. And so this is a free thing. They do have a paid version with a few more bells and whistles, like you can save your screens, etc. But I just use the free version. It is one of my favorite things. It does so much for your classroom. And so it is just so, so awesome. I'm going to go back to my screen and this is how you find your screens again. And there it is. It's just so great classroom.